right, let's see. I don't know if this one's me. Is it me? No? There we go. That's me.
Okay.
So, welcome. I'm going to talk about something other than AI or CRMs. I'm going to talk about wellness, health and wellness, something that's been passionate to me for the past few years. I've been with RE/MAX since 2002. I'm from Connecticut, born and raised, was with RE/MAX Freight Choice, still am with RE/MAX Freight Choice in Connecticut, in Milford, moved to Pawleys Island, South Carolina 3 years ago. Love the brand and love the opportunity to be here today to share some tidbits. My goal today is for you to think about fruits and vegetables. That's it. That's my goal, is for you to think about fruits and vegetables. So I can be the fruit and veggie lady. I'm okay with that. I have a question for you. What does healthy mean to you?
Life. Sleep.
Feeling well.
Okay, excellent. Sleep, feeling well. How about the way you look?
Longevity.
Longevity. How about keeping up with your schedule? Keeping up with your grandkids? So a lot of people don't really consider the definition of health. They just assume they have it until they don't. And that's because of the world we live in. I'm going to give you an analogy. You're the owner of a racehorse. He's qualified for the Kentucky Derby. Call him Max. How would you treat Max the month going up to the race? Would you stop by McDonald's and get him a Happy Meal because you're in a hurry and you're busy that day and maybe running late to an appointment? Would you not give him sufficient water or give him not the nutrients the horse needs after a training? Absolutely not. You would give this horse the best of everything, the best care, the best food, the best recovery, because you want him to perform at the best. Well, that's what we want to do to ourselves, and unfortunately, as real estate agents, as RE/MAX agents, we're very high top producers. We live in a world of convenience versus consequence. And consequences have results, and they're not always good ones. Convenience usually wins because it's easy, it's cheap, you're busy. What do? You don't plan, you stop by, and you get something quick. I want you to think about ways to add healthy fruits and vegetables into your diet every day. Science has proven that 75% of disease can be prevented through fruits and vegetables. I didn't believe this when I heard it. Like, why didn't anybody tell me this? What, do I live under a rock? You mean to tell me if I eat more fruits and vegetables, I can prevent certain diseases? It's true. Heart disease, diabetes, certain cancers can be prevented if you eat more fruits and vegetables. So why don't we? Because it's not easy. It's not easy. Food's not just calories. It talks to our DNA. And our DNA is not our destiny. If you had a family member that died of a heart attack at age 55, you might think that that's your destiny and that's going to be your path. It doesn't have to be. If you change your environment and you change what you eat, you can control your destiny. It does not have to be that way. This is from 2003, so some of the things I'm talking about, this isn't new. It was new to me 14 years ago, but in 2003, the cover of Time magazine said that the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you. The news is that it could save your life. But we don't talk about it. It's like this big hidden secret. Walk around this convention. I see more Coke and Diet Coke and snacks that are not good for us. We need to bring awareness, and that's what I hope to do today, is to eat more fruits and vegetables. And it can be easy. An apple. I've been listening to James Clear, Atomic Habits audiobook, and he talks about change your environment to make it easy. He used an example that he used to buy apples and put them in his refrigerator. Well, he would forget about them. Change the habit, change the cue. Put the apples on the counter, put them in your car. I travel with my own food. My daughter cracks me, I crack her up. I travel with avocados. I'm on a plane once a month. I put 1 or 2 avocados in my suitcase because they travel well. I can eat a half of an avocado with a plastic spoon, which I did in my hotel room yesterday, and the plastic spoon broke. But I can eat a half of an avocado, I can eat a banana, I can eat an apple, I can eat a pear or an orange. There's convenience in fruits and vegetables, but it's a mindset. So today, again, my goal is to shift your mindset to think about healthy alternatives. Hippocrates is 2,500 years old. I looked it up, I didn't know how old he was. 2,500 years ago, he said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. So think about that. If you were given a diagnosis tomorrow that said, if you had changed your eating habits a year ago, would you do it? We want to consider prevention. We don't want to react, we want to prevent. So the USDA tells us that we should fill our plate with fruits and vegetables. Half of our plate should be fruits and vegetables. I'm going to go a step further and say 7 to 13 servings is what you should eat every day. A serving is your fist, so everybody hold up your fist. Do you eat 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day? No, it's hard. It's hard, but we need to start thinking more about it because it doesn't have to be. Color your plate. It's not just the 3 or 4 vegetables that your family eats every week, because we all get into these routines or habits that you only eat those 3 or 4. We want to add more color. Color the rainbow. We want to put as much color on your plate as possible. Get rid of the processed foods. Try to get rid of the stuff that's in the bag or the box and go to the fresh food. So how do we make it easy? I do something called a salad in a jar party. It's called planning. It's called meal prep. You plan your week. You know when you're going to schedule your calls. You know when you're going to take clients out. Plan your food. On Sunday afternoons, do meal prep. Take 1 hour a week and prep. So what I do is I do a salad in a jar party once a month, and I invite friends, and we get together. And everybody brings a different ingredient. I provide the lettuce or the spinach, and we build salads. We have fellowship, we have community, we have fun, and within an hour time, we walk away, and you've got 2, 3, 4, 5 lunches for the week in a mason jar that will stay fresh for a week. And on Friday, when you're running out the door and you're late, and you open up your refrigerator, you're like, yes, I've got a salad in a jar for lunch today. I can throw it in my car. You dump it out and you're ready to go. It sounds crazy, but really, guys, it's just thinking about preparation. I discovered this app about 6 months ago. It's called Yuka. And what it does is it helps tell you what's good and what's not so good. There's a lot of bad out there in our food system. We know that. There's food, I was talking to Peter Mueller yesterday, that is illegal in Europe that we sell in the United States. There's so many chemicals in our processed food. So how do you tell the difference? So I started using this app. It'll score your food from 1 to 100. And I'm a grazer and I like to pack my own food. So I went to the store last week to bring some trail mix on the plane and on my trip to Vegas. And I picked up a store brand. I'm cost conscious. And I took out my phone and I scanned it. And it was a 9 out of 100 for trail mix. These are nuts and seeds. Like, what could be that bad? They're additives. There's tons of high risk. That's meaningful to me. I don't want to put that in. I want to live as long as I can, as healthy as I can. So what's an alternative? I went through and I just scanned. My husband laughs at me. I go through the grocery store now. I just did it to a Coke outside. Wherever there's a barcode, I'm scanning it because I want to try to make better decisions. That's what it's about, is trying to make better decisions. I found another brand. It was a 75 out of 100. The word excellent, that means something to me. I want something that's excellent. Eat more plants. So how do we bring this back to real estate? Your success depends on your energy, your focus, your dedication, and how you show up for your clients. You deal with high stress, clients' emotions, finances. It's a stressful environment. You need to fuel your body so you can feel your best. I'll share a quick story. One of our agents, Dave Landau in Newtown, Connecticut, he's 55 years old. 3 years ago, he went to the doctor and ended up at a cardiologist and had to have triple bypass surgery. 55 years old. If you looked at him, you would have thought he was healthy, because you can't feel this stuff. That's the thing. You can't feel prevention, and 9 times out of 10, you can't feel a heart attack coming on. It just happens. Dave reflected back, how could I be a candidate for triple bypass surgery at age 55? And he went back, and in his 20s and 30s, his career at the time, he ate out 2 to 3 times a week. Fast forward, he doesn't do it anymore. He eats as clean as possible. He grows his own vegetables. He doesn't eat anything out of a bag or a box. He eats, wild caught fish. So don't wait for that diagnosis. Let's talk about prevention. How can we show up better for our customers and for our clients? Because when we feel good, we're going to perform better. This is my why. My daughter Erin was at the University of New Hampshire 14 years ago, and she got really sick, very sick. She got mono. The antibiotic helped get rid of the mono, but then wiped out her gut. Consider your gut a rainforest. It's your microbiome. It talks to your brain. A couple years later, she was still really sick. And after several 10, 15, 20 visits to a doctor, she was put on a medication. And the doctor said, you'll be on this medication for the rest of your life. Well, she didn't want to be on medication for the rest of her life. She was 21 years old. A friend of mine introduced me to something called Juice Plus. It's fruits and vegetables in a powder form or a soft chew. And Erin was able to wean herself off the meds. What has happened as a result of that is our mindset has shifted. And what happens with your body is when you fuel your body with fruits and vegetables, something called metabolic programming happens, and you want more of it, you crave it. Just like when you go off and eat lots of sugar for the weekend, you want more of that, your body craves that. So over time, you can change what your body craves. You feed it fruits and vegetables, it wants more fruits and vegetables. Friends of mine I've shared Juice Plus with, they've changed their diets, and their 7 or 8 year olds walk into a grocery store and says, Mom, can we get apples? What? What do you mean get apples? Sure. The barcode's up here is Linktree. It's my information for Remax. It's my information for Juice Plus. If you'd like to know more information about it, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. But my point today is we need to shift our minds. We need to think about fruits and vegetables as prevention and not reaction to diagnoses that have come. Thank you very much.